Hello, so it's that time again for favourites. I was going to say that February kind of flew in, but at the end of the day, it is the shortest month of the year, so that's a given. If you are back again and you have watched me before, then thank you very much for returning. If you are new here, then cheers, thanks very much. Hopefully you'll stay at the end. This is going to be my February favourites. It's going to be really quick this time because it's the shortest month. And to be honest with you, I don't have hunters and hunters without repeating what I had in January, because a lot of the things that I was loving in January I am currently still loving. I have had my hair re-dyed, so if it looks a bit more gingery orange, that's because it is. I love it, I love it. Every time I get it refreshed, it's Rachel who does it. I will pop her Instagram below. She's a miracle worker, an absolute miracle worker. She does much more exciting colours than I get in my hair, and she is fabulous. I'm just going to get beauty bits out of the way first because there really isn't that many this month. I'm still loving my It Cosmetics CC cream. It is the basis of mostly what I'm wearing, so I didn't want to like bring it out again because you've seen it in my last month's video. If you haven't seen my last month's video, go and watch it up here somewhere. What I am going to talk about though is I posted a picture on Instagram this month at some point, I can't remember exactly, and people, like loads of people were like, what are you wearing on your lips? Like loads and loads of people. And then following that, I actually put up an IGTV, like very quick, you know how people do those Instagram videos and it's like speed up makeup. I don't know how they get them to under a minute. I do not have a clue because I certainly couldn't. But I did do a little kind of speed up, maybe 5-minute version of makeup. And what I've done in that video was exactly what I've been doing on my lips. Basically, I've been using the Revolution lip liner in Untouched. Again, I don't know if these lip liners have a certain name, maybe like a Renaissance lip liner because it's in that rose gold packaging again. In Untouched, and it is a very dark kind of plummy colour. It looks more along the lines of it's going to be like a dark brown burgundy, but it's certainly more of a pinky plum colour, I would say. So I've been lining my lips with that, pulling the colour from the lip liner so it looks more like a stain, and then just putting a balm over the top. Normally I would use MAC's Patent Lip Polish in Ruby, but a lot of the time as well I've just been putting on glossy lip balm, and this one's in Cherry I think it is, so it does have a slight tint to it, but this is the main basis of the colour that I've been wearing on my lips. I've got it on today as well. I do have on a little bit of the Revolution lipstick over the top, the one that looks like the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, you know the one I'm on about, just here. So that's gave it a little bit more of a nude pink colour, but this really has been the thing that's been changing my lips from kind of my colour to a kind of blotted out pink colour, and I've been loving that. I think for me a favourite is blotting out colours on my lips, to be honest with you, unless you're going to wear a really striking lip. That's what my go-to is. Now the second favourite is a fragrance. I got, when did I get this? It's like a miniature version of the Trésor Nuit, La Nuit, the night, whatever. But it's lovely. It's a really quite a heady fragrance. It's very sweet. If you don't like sweet fragrances, it might not be for you. I am not a massive lover of sweet fragrances, if I'm honest with you, but this one I just thought was lovely for nighttime, as it is La Nuit. It is kind of more blackcurrant, blackcurrant colour. It's very fruity, it is very sweet. If you liked that, what was it, Love Shock? Remember the fragrance that came out ages ago and it had like big massive obnoxious flowers as a lid? I'm sure I've seen somebody else mention this lately, and it was super duper sweet. If you like black opium, things like that, it's really quite sweet, then you might like this. So much so that I got the large size for my birthday. Very kindly from my other half, I'd kept mentioning the miniature one, so he picked me up this one for my birthday. I'm gonna spruce someone now. I want to say it's definitely a very feminine fragrance. It's quite girly. I hate saying that, but it is. If you prefer a more like unisex masculine fragrance, then you might not like this, but if you like sweet fragrances, go and give it a wee sniff. Now, my last beauty favourite is going to be a little bit controversial. If you've watched my RIP Naked palette from Urban Decay, I will put a link up here to go and watch it. That started out when Urban Decay withdrew and discontinued the Naked palette, and it quite quickly turned into a bit of a rant about marketing and how brands try to get us to buy things all the time, and how you don't need any more naked palettes, and if you make any more naked palettes it's just getting a little bit ridiculous. They have literally just launched the Naked Reloaded. I knew they were going to do it. I spoke about it in that video. It was so obvious it was going to happen. But I picked up this, and it's the Naked Heat Petite. And I'm pretty sure, even in that video, I'm like, Naked Heat Petite, who needs Naked Heat Petite? Well, apparently I did. I had vouchers from Christmas for Debenhams, and when I went in, this was £18.20. I kept it in the box to prove to you that there was a good reason why I picked this up. It just, you know, I was nosy. I thought, oh, do I need it? Do I want it? 18 quid. I mean, some drugstore palettes are a kick in the bum off 18 quid. So I picked it up, and I have to say, I bloody love it. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, I bloody love it. I have been using it absolutely non-stop over February, even January as well. I took it away with me. I didn't want to mention it in January at that point, but I have been using it consistently since the start of the year. It's not actually what I've got on my eyes today, but you can get very similar looks to this. I will be speaking about what I've got on my eyes today in a later video, but I love this, absolutely love it. A lot of the time, this one here, just all over the lid, now that looks really pale, but actually on my pale skin, this comes up quite dark. And then this one is very, very orange on my skin, and if I want to amp it up, I will take it to here. But generally these two are the ones that is all I need, and if I want to deepen it up, I'll bring in the other colours. The only one that I think is a little wishy-washy is the first one, because it's called Inhale, because it's, yeah, a light colour, and I thought it was like a frost, like they're all matte, but this one is like a frost or a satin, I want to say, but there's not much to it. That's the only one that's a bit, I feel like this needs a little either more oomph to it to make it like a really good inner corner highlight or something, or just make it matte, because with it having that in between bit, I'm kind of like, what is this colour for? The rest are fabulous, absolutely brilliant. So I would say if you can get it on offer, then it probably is worth it. Do you want to spend £26 on it? Not if you've got the original Heat palette, not if you've got very similar colours in individuals or in drugstore palettes. I just really wanted to try something that was these really nice warm tones, and I didn't have anything like that, and it's really good for travel. So I'm sorry, I'm a bit of a hypocrite, but it's a favourite for February. Now the next lot of things that I'm going to be speaking about are not physically here to show you. Well, no, one is a book, so I'll show you that in a minute. But you're going to think I'm absolutely mad when I say this. So one of my February favourites is my shower. You're thinking, yeah, what are you talking about? But if anybody lives in Glasgow, or I don't know, in Glasgow we have tenement flats. So it's like flats that have, you know, they're big old stone flats, they're over 100 years old, they're quite cold, the water pressure in them isn't fantastic, but they're great flats, they're wonderful. I don't know if you get them in anywhere else in Scotland. I think in Edinburgh they must have tenement flats. Yeah, they probably do. I'm pretty sure you must get them in other places where industrial revolution occurred, because it used to be like 6 families would live in the one space, and now they've made them into individual flats. Long story to get there, but basically the water pressure in my flat is good. But I have one of these like electric showers in my flat. It's been there since we moved in. I haven't been able to afford to get our bathroom properly redone, so it's just had a bit of a lick of paint and a bit of a DIY renovation. But my shower is horrific. It's one of those ones that you may as well just be standing with a bucket of water pouring it over your head, because it's absolutely just dribbles, it's rubbish, it's awful. And then Alan seen this thing on Instagram, I want to say, and then I seen it also advertised somewhere else, and I'd sent the link to him and said, look at that, maybe that would be really good for us. So it's for places where water pressure is crap. I'll put a little clip in. I don't even know if you're going to be able to tell from the clip, because obviously I don't have a clip of it before, but I can assure you my shower was absolute shan. It was awful before. And now we've bought this shower and it has like these little beads in it. I don't know how it works. basically makes the pressure much, much better. And I can't believe the difference. I can't believe the difference. So if you live in a tenement flat, if your water pressure's crap, or just you live in any flat, any house, the water pressure is crap, go and get yourself one of these, because it is absolutely amazing. It wasn't expensive. I want to say it was like 25 quid. It really wasn't expensive. It will fit onto any shower head. I am not sponsored by these shower people. They don't even know I exist, but I can assure you it has been life-changing. Like, I can actually blast my hair clean. It's so nice. I don't know how it works, and I'll put a wee link below if I can find where Alan bought it from. The next thing I'm going to talk about, if you watched my Plan With Me February video, my bullet journal, I had put in my aims to start a new class, to actually go and try and interact with other human beings and meet other people, but also I really enjoy doing exercise in my house. I enjoy yoga. I do yoga with Adrienne. She's massive on YouTube, as you will all know. But I thought, do you know what, I need to get out and be a bit more interactive with my exercising. So there's somewhere that's literally 2 doors down from me. I didn't even know about it. I googled and there it was. I will link below all their details, and it's really, really good. I've been going on like a kind of introductory course of kind of like 4 days now. I already did do yoga, but it's more of a like introductory price of 4 classes, and they're a £5 each, which you can't really grumble. And I've been loving it, and I'm going to continue to do so. You can buy them in blocks of like 8 or 10, and I'm going to do it, and I've been really enjoying it. I know yoga's not a new thing. I'm just, you know, what are my February favourites? This is one of my February favourites, and I'm going to continue to do it. So I will link below where I've been going, and I think they're based all over the UK, if I'm honest with you. When I found them, it looked like there was places all over, but the one in Glasgow is really, really close to me, and that is equally excellent because I can get up and be changed in 5 minutes and go, and I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm decent, or, you know, I'm just along the road, and then I can come home and put my feet up again. Lastly, 2 things that I have been loving this month, kind of entertainment wise, that's what I would say. So one is a TV programme and one is a book. The TV programme was, or is, Russian Doll, the one with, oh, what's her name? Leone, I want to say. Hold on, I'm going to Google this. Natasha Leone. I knew Leone was in her name somewhere. It's the woman from American Pie, the original American Pie. If you're ages of myself and you remember going to see American Pie and seeing it when you were younger, it's the one that is Tara Reid's, yeah, see, my memory's gone and everything. It's the one that's Tara Reid's best friend, her. She's been in loads of other things. She's in Orange is the New Black. There you go. Anybody who's not as old as me and maybe hasn't seen American Pie, who hasn't seen American Pie, let's face it. But anybody who's not seen it, she's in Orange is the New Black, and I'm pretty sure most people will have seen that. She's Nikki in that, I'm sure. And actually, to be honest with you, when American Pie came out and over the years when I've seen her in things, she's a massive girl crush of mine. I think she's fantastic. I love her hair. Like, I would die to have her hair. And she's in Russian Doll on Netflix at the moment. I think it came out at the start of February. I watched it back to back at the start of February and I loved it. It's a little bit Groundhog Day because it's basically someone who dies and wakes up in the same place each time they die. But really, really good. Great acting, great kind of twists, great plot lines. And I thought she was, again, amazing in it. I think she makes it. She's fantastic. So if you haven't checked that out, go over and check it out. If you're not checking that out, then, you know, you can go and watch the Ted Bundy Files or something. I watched that too. And let's not even mention Abducted in Plain Sight. Well, actually, let's mention Abducted in Plain Sight. I spoke to people about this in my work. That can't be real. That programme cannot be real, can it? I heard so many people talking about it, and actually, whenever I've seen anybody talk about it on YouTube, mainly kind of American, the transatlantic people talking about it, they're like, oh my god, like, you should watch it, it's unbelievable, like, oh. I watched it and I was like, is this for fucking real? Like, is this honest to God? This has to be made up. These people have to be actors. This cannot be real. It's hilarious in a sick way. Like, I watched it, and actually now I get sent memes from my friend in work of the guy, because let's not even talk about what he done, but who does that? oh yeah, he asked and I done it. Yeah, that's perfectly normal. And then you send your daughter off with a guy you're having an affair with after he's abducted her the first time. Part of me just wanted to slap them. I just thought, this is not for real. Like, who's that stupid? But I'm going to calm down because I keep talking about it. I can't believe it was a real thing. Little part of me wondered, is this been a bit fabricated so they can sell books? I don't know. I didn't say that. Never mind. On to my last favourite of February, and it is by no means the least. Now, I am lucky enough to have a copy of this prior to it being sold. I will release this video basically before February ends, and this goes on sale on the 28th of February. This is Lifestyling by Michaela McDade. She is Miss Budget Beauty here on YouTube. She is a very successful YouTuber. She has a blog as well. You can find her over on Instagram. She also has another channel called Diary of a Spendaholic, and she's wrote a book. And basically I got sent this copy because probably about this time last year she tweeted, did anybody want to be involved in answering some questions about style and how they found their style and what have you. And I messaged her saying, do you have to be a blogger to do this? Because I'm not a blogger, I'm not an influencer, I'm just a woman that likes talking to her camera. But I would be very interested in that because actually before I was in the career I'm in now, I studied fashion, I worked in fashion, etc. And she said, no, of course not, you can tell me all about it, that's fine. So she's wrote this book, and it does say simple steps for mums to find style and confidence. I clearly am not a mum, but I was involved in some of the questions she wanted to ask, as well as 5 other ladies were involved in it as well, and we've got kind of little sprinkles of stuff throughout the book. The main body of writing is Michaela McDade, and we just kind of put our 5 cents in every now and again. It is wonderful. You don't need to be a mum to read it. It's basically about how nowadays I suppose there's a lot of pressure from media and things like that, how people feel. Do you have to slot into a certain style? How do you find your style? How do you kind of think you want to dress? And when you're thinking this is how I want to dress, is it actually doable? You know, I'm not going to be in a pair of Louboutin heels every day of the week. Most mums aren't either. Most people aren't. I'm not going to be in formal wear every day of the week. I don't work in an office. I have a uniform for work. So for me, my style is very much, if I don't have to be in a uniform today, I'm going to wear something really good. But equally, I'm quite casual. I don't like to be super duper glamorous all the time, and I used to be a little bit of a dirty mosher goth. So I love like that kind of things. And how did I actually find my style? That's what she talks about in this book, how she finds her style. She also talks about kind of beauty things, how to look after yourself, self-care, family relationships, friends relationships. Briefly talks on kind of capsule wardrobing and how to do capsule wardrobing for like everyday women, like not people who are like, oh well, I'm gonna pinpoint and pick out that Versace coat and then I will just get 4 t-shirts from Whistles and they will be my interchange. You know, like, I love the idea of having a capsule wardrobe, but let's face it, I love other things. I love pattern, I love style, I love trying to dress in the trends. Doesn't always work, but she talks about how to make the trends work for you, how to dress for your shape, how to kind of find smarter shopping, save money here and there, packing, like loads of different things. If you know Michaela McDade, then it's everything that she talks about on her channel a lot of the time, and this book is wonderful. It's really, really good. I can't say well done enough, and I'm so honoured to have been asked. Like, I genuinely never ever thought by answering those questions for her would have ever came to anything. And when I actually found out that I was going to be included in the book, honest to God, I was actually really embarrassed. Not embarrassed to be in it, but embarrassed because I just thought, me? Like, are you daft? Like, no way, how, like, me? But it's not about me. I'm honoured to be part of it. and it's a fantastic book. It comes out on the 28th of February. Go and give it a look. I think it might be out on Kindle already on Amazon. I will put the link below to where you can buy it. Please go and pick it up. Give her some support because she is a fantastic YouTuber. I have followed her for a long time, and it's so refreshing to read a book like this wrote by a real woman. I know that sounds so cheesy, but it's the truth. So many style books, so many lifestyle, getting yourself together books are wrote about people who really aren't living in the real world as we know it. And it's so nice to read one that I think, you know, this is my pal and she's wrote this, and I totally get where she's coming from. She's not directly my pal, by the way. I'm not trying to say that, just in case she watches this and thinks it's a bit creepy. Fabulous. Oh. Fabulous book. Go and check it out. So I'm going to bring this video to a close now, and thanks again for watching. If you've made it to the end, it is very much appreciated. You can go and follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. The links will be at the end or flying about the screen somewhere. And if you're enjoying the videos, you can click my face at the end too. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye.